When you feel low in life, listen to this. Here are 20 life-changing quotes that will inspire you whenever you feel low in your life. Let this be the motivation that you need to get going and get you right back up. The best ideas do not tap you on the shoulder, they punch you in the face. When you have that aha moment in the shower or while heading to work, you can't stop thinking about it all day. That's the idea worth pursuing. That intensity, love, and desire for the new idea you have is plenty of fuel to keep you going. You will have a lot of ideas, but when the idea is really big, you don't have to think about it too much. It will just scream at you. You will know. When an idea is that impactful, it rarely needs a lot of planning to speak to you. It jumps at you like a tornado. You will know it when you see it. So be picky with the ideas you want to implement. Keep going. The great ones will come. Keep ideating, keep exploring, keep innovating. When it's a great one, you will feel the rush. What other people think about you is none of your business. We spend way too much time thinking about what other people think about us, how society will view us, what will happen if we don't act or behave a certain way. We spend way too many hours on these unnecessary thoughts. Focus on what you can control and how you can improve yourself. Focus on being a better human being. That's what matters, not what other people think about you. Opinion is the lowest form of knowledge because it needs no fact check or basis to be accurate. So stay away from listening to them. When you are in your deathbed, you will not think about what other people think about you. You will think about something else. You will think about your loved ones and your memories of them, which brings me to my favorite next quote. Die with memories, not dreams. Having physical stuff might feel good in the short term, but it rarely satisfies your thirst of fulfillment in the long run. Live out your dreams. That's what life is for. That's what makes us unique. Our experiences, our memories, our adventures make us who we are. Spend time with your loved ones. They matter. They always will. And those memories will live on forever. When the day comes for you to leave this world and you reflect on your life, let the memories be filled with joyous exuberance rather than regretful moments. Do not live with what if and if only situations. Live them out. See where life takes you. Dreams are hope, and hope is life. A big part of how we grow as human beings is through experiences. So live life to its fullest. Perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing more to take away. We think of perfection as so many things and layers that has been put on to make it look perfect. So much effort and work has been added on top of each other to make things look great. But in reality, it works the other way around. To achieve perfection, you have to simplify everything to its core. They say if you want to see how well you understand a subject, try to explain it to a 5-year-old. That's simplifying some extremely complex topic to its bare minimum. When you understand something so well that you can make it simple for others, that is when you can achieve perfection. Same is true for another example. Explaining a problem in one sentence. To explain a problem in 500 words, you can do it fast. But when you have to do the same thing in 20 words or less, that's when you need to have more time. That's the true mastery of your craft. Your ability to communicate is the ceiling on your market value. Being articulate and succinct are two of the amazing qualities you can have. The way we communicate with the world and each other is via language. The better you are at getting to the core point fast and in a simple, helpful way, the more people would want to hear from you. Our brains have two parts. One part where emotion comes from and has no ability for language, and the other where we are analytical and how we communicate where the concept of language exists. So when you're trying to communicate to others, keep both of these in mind. People take in information both from your body language and what you say. Most people make an emotional connection first before hearing what you're speaking about. You may understand a concept way better than others, but if you cannot communicate your ideas to the level you understand, you will never reach your potential. Hence, your ability to communicate puts a ceiling on what people perceive as value from you. Go the extra mile, it's never crowded. When someone does something bad to you, learn to forgive and move on. Don't keep score on things you have done for other people. Always assume positive intent when encountering with an interpersonal situation. These are all examples of going the extra mile, striving for higher, becoming the bigger person. When you do this, you achieve a higher level of being. Very few people are striving to get to this level, and even fewer can stay here once they have achieved it. So the longer you can keep this mindset, the more you will see it is never crowded at this level. It needs a certain amount of objectiveness, even disattachment to achieve this. It's not easy, but it's well worth it. Make a list of 25 things you want to do in your life. Then pick the top 5 most important. Everything you did not pick just became avoid at all cost list. No matter what, those things get no attention until you have succeeded with your top 5. To be good at anything, you need focus. You need to hone in on one thing and dig deep into it. This is why prioritization is so critical in streamlining our lives. We are always inundated with choices. There are 100 things competing for our attention. That is why making a list of 25 most important things is so critical. That allows you to know what is truly important to you. And then when you pick 5 from that list, they become your mission critical things to do. By avoiding these other 20 things allows you time and focus you need to knock off the 5 things on your list. This method makes you very productive and efficient. Because the 2 things that are limited for each of us are time and energy. Use them wisely. When you are about to give up, think of that one reason why you wanted to start. There are many points during our journey towards our goal. Things will get quite difficult, very challenging. Every failure will make you question the journey you have undertaken. When thoughts of giving up crosses your mind, always go back to your roots. Remind yourself of why you started this journey at the first place. There you will meet the hope, the motivation, the inspiration you will need to keep going. Because when you remind yourself the reason you started, everything makes sense. The thought of the fulfillment awaiting you in the completion of your goal will be far greater than any pain or suffering that can be thrown your way. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Goals are lofty by nature, it's aspirational. Motivation is a great tool to kick you off, but it's not the best at keeping you going. To do that, you need discipline. You need to rely on your habits. Hence, your internal system have a greater effect on achieving your goals than the motivation that gets you started. Your habits are your systems. When you have a series of missteps, your habits will course correct you faster than you can think and come up with solutions. Hence, your habits, aka your systems, are what you fall back on when you are on your journey to achieve your goals. Climb mountains not so the world can see you, but so you can see the world. As you succeed in your life, be it career, wealth, health, relationships, always have the learner mentality. Always be willing to grow. This will create a perpetual hunger inside you that will never let you rest. This will not allow you to rest on your laurels and become complacent. Even worse, a lot of people climb a goal to boost up their achievement. This is a no-no. Those have a short time span and usually ends in your downfall. Keep an eye on the prize, but be curious about what lies ahead. That makes you see the world in a much different and healthy way. It never gets easier, you get better. Our minds and bodies are incredible at adjusting. The ability for them to stretch and incorporate new information is mind-blowing. So when you try something and fail, it's always a learning experience. Next attempt, you are that much better and equipped with better information to achieve that goal. The same is true with pain. When you experience a loss, many times it never goes away. You grow to live with it. It stays within you and you keep going. It never gets easier for you. You just get better and know how to deal with it. The harder path you take, the more challenges you face, undoubtedly makes you a stronger person. How to learn quickly? Ask a question. You never learn when you're talking. You can't talk and listen at the same time. To learn something new, you have to listen and then let your mind process that information you received. When you talk, you're not gaining any new information. Being curious and listening to understand are two of the greatest qualities an individual can have. You will learn so much when you know the right way to listen. Many people listen just to respond, to counter the argument. That is not how you learn quickly. Be curious. It's a life hack. How do you find interesting people? Do something interesting and they will find you. When you're in the pursuit of changing things in your life and attract some positive energy, try new things, things that give you joy and happiness, the pursuit of which allows you to rejuvenate. While doing so, you'll come across people who are fellow journeymen, who are looking for the same things in life. These people you will find interesting as it's the perfect combination of time and space where you are in. When you do interesting things, people who resonate at that level will contact you, keep in touch with you. These are your interesting people and is the much easier way to finding people you want to be around than going any other way around to find them. Don't wait for others to come to get you started. You start your journey and others will join you. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Calmness and peace of mind comes from wisdom, and wisdom comes from knowledge and experiences. So when you see something needs changing, it's critical that you understand that your internal belief system is asking you to do that. It has a way to convince you that you are right and the outside world needs to change. However, the only thing you have any sort of control over is your reaction to change, your response to what situation you have been handed. So as you get wiser, you realize changing yourself by controlling the response you provide is the best way to find harmony. So you change yourself, either by never putting yourself in the position to begin with, or finding a response to the situation that sits well with your internal belief system. Your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. Your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. You get what you repeat. Your results are always a lagging indicator. To get a promotion at your job, you're already performing that role. The title and the designation comes after. Finding the right opportunities and making yourself available to take them on is a better way to approach anything. When you need to change a habit, you need to replace it with a new one. And hopefully that is something that you're excited about. If not the doing, but what it will entail for you. While changing habits, taking away the bad stuff and replacing them with micro changes that makes you better creates a snowball effect in your life. Repetition makes everything better. It cements the habit in you. It creates muscle memory. We are all creatures of habit, so keep an eye out on what things you repeat in your daily life. Find if they're helping you or adding to your goals. If not, Replace them with small steps of a new habit. Soon you will see the difference. We have two lives, and the second one begins when we realize we only have one. The first life is fun. It's a series of mistakes and instant gratifications. The second life is worth living. This starts when you value yourself more, when you value time. The second one leads you to your deepest desires, things that is worth doing for you. Once you realize we have limited time in this world, we measure it on a scale far greater than any metric can compare. We measure it with things it will take time away from. Doing fewer things with a greater purpose is far more joyful than many things that are meaningless or a waste of your time when looked 20, 30 years down the road. So live your life as it's the second one you have. The things that we understand create silence. The things that we don't create emotion. When you have a strong emotional reaction to something, it suggests one of two things. Either you understand it very well or you don't understand it at all. When you truly understand something, it doesn't bother you, even if that information out there is not true. You don't go correcting it. You simply learn to ignore. But if there is turmoil within you, nervousness, fear, these are usually indicators that you don't understand the topic or situation very well. Realizing this is the first step to know what you need to know more about. Once you have that understanding, you will see the emotion fades away. Silence within you brings another thing with it, solitude, which brings me to my next quote. Solitude is the price of greatness. To be truly great at something, you need vast knowledge of the subject and the innate ability to ignore a lot of noise and misinformation. You find internal peace and stability, likes of which is very rarely found. Since it is such rarity, there will be very few people to share this state of being with. In any field, when you achieve greatness, you are most likely one of a very few who have achieved that. Hence, solitude is the price of greatness. You are never out of time. Fix the next meal. Do better at the next opportunity. Fix the next chance. Life gives you unlimited chances. Keep improving one thing only, you. Scarcity mindset makes you feel like, what if I fail? What if it's this the last chance? Only opportunity I have. I have to succeed. This is never a good place to be. Having an abundance mindset can go a long way. It helps you look at every situation as an opportunity, and every opportunity brings with it a chance to improve yourself. Improving oneself is a lifelong pursuit. It's the only thing worth doing. Follow what you are passionate about and make it happen. Hell yeah or no. Only put your time and energy into things for which you have a hell yeah passion. If it doesn't excite you to the point you can't wait to work on something, learn to say no to it. Always look at the world and opportunities it presents to you with that mindset. I get to do this, not I have to do this. This subtle change in your mentality will make a huge difference. Do fewer things, but do them very well. Always with a hell yeah approach. Which quotes resonates with you the most? What is closest to home for you? I would love to hear your story. Do let me know in the comment section below. If you have made it this far, please like this video and help it reach to more people. Thank you, friends. Until next time, keep improving.